Okay. All right. Okay. Now it is already recorded. All right. So active and passive voice. Right. So I will present my screen now. If you have any question, you can ask right away. All right. Okay. When we look at active and passive voice, there are three terms that you have to remember, or not remember, you have to know, which is the doer, uh, the action, which is the verb. Let me write it down lah. Doer, the action, and the object, right? So in your sentence, usually it will consist of these three elements, which is the doer, the action, and the object. The doer, in an active sentence, the doer is the object of the subject of the sentence. So for example, when I write Fatima slept Ali yesterday. So in this sentence, Fatima is the doer. The action is slept and the object is Ali. How we define the doer, the action, and the object is that the doer is the person doing the action, and the object is the person, is the thing that is affected by the action. So Fatima slept Ali yesterday. In some sentence, like I slept in my room last night. However, in this sentence, there is no object because I, the doer, slept the action, but in my room is not the object. Why? Because it is not affected by the action of slept, right? As opposed to Ali. Ali is directly affected by the action slept, okay, right? So in some sentence, there are no object. So for sentence with no object, it means that we cannot form the passive sentence. All right. So understand that part. Right. So this is an active sentence. Now, how do we change it into passive sentence? To change it into active passive sentence, Fatima, which is the subject and the doer, and it is the subject of this sentence, right? But for passive sentence, we have to put the object as the subject of this sentence. So we put Ali first, Ali. And then we have to change the action. If we reflect on the Malay language, right, we try to what do you call it? We try to translate it. Cheryl, are you there? Cheryl, dah boleh masuk tak? Okay. Nah, sorry. There's okay. Sorry for the wait a bit, yeah. Cheryl said she cannot. Okay. Alright. Sorry, where were we? Okay, so we reflect on the Malay language. If we translate into Malay, Fatima slept Ali yesterday. So, Fatima menampar Ali semalam. And if we want to change it into passive voice, Ali menampar become ditampar, right? Ditampar oleh Fatimah semalam. Okay, so the same with English. For the English language, slap here, menampar, will have to undergo a change. From menampar, it become ditampar. So how do we change it from menampar become ditampar? That's when you have to follow this formula, right? So for this sentence is in what tense? This is simple present tense. So for the formula, it will change according to its tense. So here, Amina killed the cat yesterday. And if you want to change it into the passive voice, object plus verb was or were plus the past participle of the verb. So here you have to add was. Was because Ali is singular. Was slapped by Fatima yesterday. So that is how you form the passive voice. Right. You guys understand? Okay, tak?
Okay, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Common mistake students do is when they change it into a passive voice, they don't add this. They just write Ali slap Fatima. Right. Fatima slapped Ali yesterday. Ali slapped Fatima yesterday. Is it correct? No, right? Because you change the meaning. Fatima menampar Ali, Ali menampar Fatima pula. So that is not correct. You have to change the verb from slap to become was slapped. Also, passive voice does not mean that you put yesterday in front. Fatima slapped Ali yesterday. Yesterday, Fatima slapped Ali. No. Passive voice means you change the object. The object become the subject of the sentence. Right? Right. Now, what makes active and passive voice complicated is that for each of the tense, you have to follow a certain formula. For simple present tense, it will become different here. So if you are not familiar with active and passive voice, you have to be familiar with the formula here. Right. So for active voice, okay, so we will go through the formula of the tense one by one, right? Let's start with the simple present tense. For the simple present tense, the formula is that the doer, and then usually the verb, we only have to be concerned whether you have to add S or no S, right? So my Sarah bakes these carrot cakes every weekend, right? So my Sarah, the doer, bakes the action, and these carrot cakes is the object. Now, if you want to change it into passive voice, you put the object in front. So these carrot cakes. But for the verb, you have to follow this formula. First, you have to add the verb to be, right? So the verb to be, am, is, or are. So remember, right? Verb to be, am, is, or are, and you have to follow the singularity or the plurality of the object now. So you see here, my Sarah, singular, right? Bakes. But these carrot cakes, a lot of carrot cakes. So they are in the plural. So you have to add are, and you have to find the past participle for the verb baked, right? So are baked. and then you add buy my Sarah every weekend, right? Now, I give you the active voice. The flower festival is organized. This is the villagers organize the flower festival in May every year. Look at this sentence. The villagers is the doer. Organize is the verb. The object, the flower festival. Now, can one of you try to change it into passive voice? Okay. Anyone wants to try? Ada nak try jawab dekat chat box?
Can I try, sir?
Yeah, sure.
The flower festival in May was organized by the villagers every year.
Okay.
Is it correct?
Right. So the verb to be, right? So okay, that is almost correct. Right. So
Almost correct. Okay.
was is past tense. Right. We are in the simple present tense. Tan Siu Yuan also is the same, right? So here you look at the verb to be. Verb to be. The present tense for verb to be apa? Am, is, or are, right? So sudah being organized. Okay. All right. Yes, I think Wenor Afifa and Nurul Shafika. Look at the answer of Nurul Shafika. The flower festival is organized by the villagers in May every year. Correct. The flower festival is organized by the villagers in May every year. Yes, correct. Right. So you have to be careful with the formula here. Right. So this tense is in the simple present tense. So the flower festival is organized by the villagers in May every year. That is a very good question, Ahmad Farhan. Why is it in the why organized? Why ED, right? Nur Hasniatul Habibah also have the same question. So organize here. Is it past tense? Kenapa ni present tense ni past tense? Is it past tense? No, it is, yes. It is the past participle. Why we add ed is because organize is the past participle for the verb organize, right?
I see.
Okay, faham? So this is not actually the past tense, not past tense. This is a past participle. So for example, if the okay, Rahman writes 3 books. Writes a novel. alamak apa? What can be written? Draw lah. Draws the special painting every year, right? So here, the special paintings draws become are drawn by Rahman every year, right? Okay. So you look at the past participle. Draw. The past participle for draw is drawn, right? Are drawn by Rahman every year. Yes, Habibah. No, you got it mixed up. Organized with Z. Z is US. S is UK. Right. So we follow the UK lah usually. Organize. Right. Okay, understand? Right. Now, we look at the next formula, the present continuous. For the present continuous, you look at the formula here, the dua, verb to be with ing and object. This is the active voice. They are cleaning the room. But for the passive voice, the formula will look like this. From 2 words here, the verb will become 3 words. Is being clean. Okay, so they are cleaning the room. The room is being cleaned. Right. So here, we're supposed to add by them, right? But sometimes we can omit. We can omit the doer. Is being clean, right? Because the doer here is not important, right? The room is being cleaned, but we just add lah for the sake of clarity. We are cleaning the room. She is writing the next series of her novel. Yeah, she is writing. He is writing. Okay, now try to change it into the passive voice. Anyone would like to try? Anyone? She is the doer, is writing, is the verb. Yes, Fayed already answered, is being written by her, right? Okay, okay, very good. Kasmira and Fayed already got the answer, right? The next series of her novel is being written by her, right? Okay, okay, is writing, is being written. Right, so you have to add the verb to be, and you have to add being, and you have to change the verb with ing to its past participle form. This is the formula. Verb to be, being, verb, past participle. VPP ni stand for verb past participle. Alright. But this example is a bit redundant lah kan. She is writing the next series of a novel. Okay. Okay, understand? Got it? Okay tak? Semua orang okay? I think could be quite overwhelming for some of you.
Sir, is it okay if I don't want to write by her?
Okay, so now future simple from will plus root word, right? Razif will fly the plane tomorrow. So Razif is the pilot, right? Will fly the plane tomorrow. And you look at the passive voice, the formula is will plus be plus verb with past participle. So for passive voice, if you notice, you always have to change the main verb into its past participle form. So Razif will fly the plane tomorrow. The plane will be flown by Razif tomorrow. Okay. It's the same thing if you want to use the formula is also the same if you want to use with modal verb, right? Modal verb could, me, right? So for example, she can bring the dog tomorrow. She can only bring the dog tomorrow. Passive voice, the dog can only be, and can you just put it in the place of will. Can only be brought by her tomorrow. So the same thing. The past participle for bring is brought. Okay. And then the next one, simple past. Amina killed the cat yesterday. So this one, the one that you got confused, right? So you have to look at the verb here. It is in the past tense. So instead of using am, is, or are, you have to use was or were, right? The cat was killed by Amina yesterday. Yeah, sorry about the example. It's quite mean, but it's easier to remember, isn't it? Right. The cat was killed by Amina yesterday. So yeah. Amina killed the cat yesterday. How do you change it into question form? Right. Did Amina kill the cat? So this is question form. For question form, you can also change it into passive voice, right? So here, did Amina kill the cat? Was the cat killed by Amina. See, did Amina kill the cat? Was the cat killed by Amina? This is how you form the question form for passive voice. And if you look at the pattern, it is the same. The cat was killed by Amina. Was the cat killed by Amina? Isn't it? Okay, now past continuous. Okay, so doer was were with ing. The worker was building the bridge. Now for past continuous, it is the same as present continuous. The difference is instead of using am, is, or are, you use was or were. Was or were is the past tense for the verb to be. The worker was building the bridge. The bridge was being built by the worker. So for passive voice, it is very important for you to know the past participle of the verb, right? A lot of verbs. You need to know the past participle form of. Okay, so the same, right? The same. To make it easier, you really have to delve deeply into the formula and you will see a pattern, right? And once you are familiar with the pattern, then it is easier for you to form the passive voice of a sentence. Also, it is important for you to know the active voice, isn't it? Right? So what we have been doing all this while, you have to look back, right? For you to understand. Now, the present perfect. For the present perfect, the doer, verb to have, and verb with past participle plus object. And present perfect is a bit complicated. Is it complicated? Complicated lah, right? Because in the active voice, you already have to use the past participle form of the verb, right? The students have visited the museum. Right, so for the passive voice, this is the formula. Verb has or have been. You have to add been and you have to add the past participle of the verb. By the museum, the students have visited the museum. The museum has been visited by the students. Okay. Now let's look at the okay. Has she fed the cat? Right. Has she fed the cat? This is the past. This is active voice and it's a question form. Has she fed the cat? Fed is the past participle for feed. F-E-E-D. The past participle is fed. Has she fed the cat? Now you want to change it into passive voice. Has the cat been fed by her? Right. Has the cat been fed by her? Okay, so this is the present perfect. Okay, for present perfect continuous, it's okay, we don't have to look at this yet. And then model, okay, I already explained this model is the same as will just now, simple future tense. She can cure this cancer. This cancer can be cured by her. Cure this cancer can be cured by her. Okay, so that's it for tonight. I think I don't want to look at too many things, right? Okay, so any question? Are you guys okay? So we look at the simple present tense, present continuous, future simple, simple past, past continuous, present perfect, and model, right? Present perfect continuous, we will look into it later. Okay, any question? Okay tak? Nampak? Senyap eh?
Sir,
Yes.
Okay, sir.
sir, I want to ask about assignment Instagram post.
What about it?
Can I know the due dates of submitting?
I thought it's already passed. You haven't submitted yet.
Oh, it's already passed. I thought around week 8.
Bila itu I cakap? Dah lepas lah.
26.
Ha,
Sorry,
26.
sir. I already done, but I didn't post it.
No. So, okay. So you can post it for those who have not posted it yet.
So sorry,
Error pun
sir.
belum buat.
Sorry, sir.
It's okay. Okay, so please finish them as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, the misinformation bit, right? Okay.
Sorry.
Awkward. Okay, no worries. Okay, about the lesson tonight. Okay, let's do this exercise. Convert the following sentences into its passive form. Can we turn our IG to private? I have. If you turn it into private, I will not be able to read it. If I haven't followed you, but if followed you, then I can look at it. Okay. Anyway, let's try to solve. Let's try to do this exercise together. Rahayu solved the grade equation alone. Try to change it into its passive form. Okay, to change it into passive form, you have to look at the formula. Okay, so first of all, what is this sentence in? What tense is it?
Simple present.
Simple. Is it present?
Pass.
Okay, it's okay. Simple past tense, right? Past good. Simple past tense. So, how to do it? You just look at the formula. Okay, share formula there. Okay. So, simple past tense. Verb here. Doer, past plus object. Was or were plus past participle. Was or were plus participle. Right, so you have to, okay, so where is the object? So Rahayu is the doer, kan? The object is the great
The great
equation.
equation.
Yes. So the great equation. This is like the math problem, right? They have this math problem and they have to solve it, mathematician, right? The equation, so you have to add was or were, and then you have to change the main verb into past participle. Yes. All right. Okay, very good. For Afdal and Sayu. Right. The great equation was solved by Rohayu. Right. Okay. Okay, next sentence. The man in green hat stole my bread. Try to do this one. This one is the same as number 1. It is in the simple past tense. Sama je. So you have to add was or were, and you have to change the verb into its past participle. So what is the past participle for stole? Steal, stole. Steal, stole. Stole.
Stolen.
Alamak, sorry. Okay. Alright, very good. Very good. Tadi I lost connection actually. I stolen. My bread was stolen by the man in green hat. Alright, that is correct. Very good. Everyone is so good. My bread was stolen by the man in green hat. Okay, that is correct already. Next one. This riddle will puzzle everyone. What sentence is this in? Will puzzle. Will puzzle. It is the simple. Yes.
Future answer.
Yes. Simple future tense. Right? So simple future tense. What is the formula? Okay, here. Doer, verb will with root verb. Okay, so this is the active voice. Passive voice will be past participle. Will be past participle. So, this riddle will puzzle everyone. Yeah. Okay, very good, Farah Nur Aida. And Fayat. Everyone will be puzzled by this riddle. Okay, that is correct. Everyone will be puzzled by this riddle. Kan? So simple, right? Simple. But you have to remember the formula. You just have to remember the formula. Right. Okay, this one is quite long. Najiha and her children are sowing those seeds as preparation for hard time ahead. What tense is this sentence in? Are sowing. So you can see that they are farmer or something, right? Those seeds as preparation for hard time ahead. So this is what tense? Present. Ada ing ni? Present. Present apa?
Continuous.
Continuous. Okay, very good. So here is the formula for present continuous. Verb to be plus being plus past participle. Verb to be. Okay, so I paste the formula here. Verb to be plus being plus past participle. So which one is the object?
Those seats.
Those seats. Those seats. Right, okay. Verb to be. being past participle. So you have to add verb to be. So what verb to be should we use?
Been.
Being.
Those
Ah.
seats are.
Are. Okay, very good.
Being.
Are, and then we have to add being. Right? Then participle. So.
Plus ed. So wait.
So.
Son.
SOWN.
Sown. Yeah, sown. Are being sown. Very good. By Najiha and her children as preparation. Okay. And the rest of the sentence is ready for hard time ahead. Okay, right. Very good. Are being sown. Are being sown. And this one, number 5. Will Rina take my cat to the vet? Okay, so this is future simple, the same as number 3. But it is in question form. Try to write it in in statement sentence first. Rina will take my cat to the vet. Okay, change it into passive. My cat will be
Taken.
taken by Rina to the vet. Question. Okay, so question for passive voice. So the same, you put will first. Will apa?
My cat.
Yeah. My cat
Being taken by Rena.
taken by Rina to the vet. Right. Okay, next. Ken strips the cover of the table. This one. Okay, this. So this one is in the present simple tense, right? Okay, strips the cover of the table. So the cover of the table
Was scripted by Ken.
is it supposed to be in the present simple, right? Simple present tense. So is lah, right? Is stripped by Ken. Okay, the space. Okay, next, number 7. The space team from Malaysia undertook the impossible space mission. So this one is, what tense is it? Undertook.
Simple past.
Simple past, yes. So try to change it into passive voice. Here, was, were plus were. This is the formula. Okay, what's the answer? Anyone? Undertake, undertook, past participle. Same like undertaken. Yes, same like take lah, right? Take, taken. So, yeah. So the full sentence should be yes. Very good. The impossible space mission was undertaken by the space team from Malaysia. Okay, very good. Okay, Ethan, Kim Shiki, and Adele. Got it correct? Okay, very good. Okay, alright, so I think that's it for tonight. I think it's too much already. Right, the other exercise we do later lah, right? Okay, so so that is it for our class this week, right? So for next week, we will look at active and passive voice again, I think, because there are a lot of things that because we need to look at when to use passive voice. So we use passive voice. Why do we use passive voice? To make our sentence nicer, is it? All right. It serves several function, right? So for example, in our essay, the doer is not important, but the object is more important, right? So if we want to focus on if it depends on the essay, right? So for some essay, the object is important, so you have to use passive voice, right? Okay, so that's it. All right. So Ada want to ask about the YouTube forum. The YouTube forum, okay. So for the YouTube forum, I will give you the instruction next week, right? So I'm supposed to give you this week, right? But since we have not covered active and passive voice yet, so I think that it's important for us to cover this topic first so that you can use it for your YouTube forum, right? Okay, Ada, what do you want to ask about the YouTube forum?
Never mind, sir. Next week. Okay.
Okay, so the YouTube forum, you have to work in a group. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right, welcome. So the exercise I will give to you next week lah, right? So because you have already done the post test for your class. Okay, so any more question? Is everyone okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I think that okay.